My vocals usually sound like this. I went down to the mountain stream. But I want them to sound like this. I went down to the mountain stream. Today, I'm going to show you how to use formant shifting on your vocals to make them sound just a little bit different. Follow me. Hey guys, Javery here today with another tutorial inside of Fender Studio Pro 8. And today I wanted to do something that had to do with vocals and changing your voice into something that it may not currently be. Now, as we all know, there is a ton of AI options out there that you can make yourself sound like anything you want to. If you want to sound like a robot, great, you can. If you want to sound like a girl, you can. If you want to sound like a guy, you can. Soprano, tenor, baritone, bass, whatever you want, you can be that. There is a piece of software that's AI out there that will do that, but that's not what this video is about today. Today, I wanted to just take a minute and show you how to do this with a plugin and an effect that is called formant shifting. So here I am inside of Fender Studio Pro, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create an audio track. And I don't have any music associated with this right now, but I'm just going to sing a little passage here, and that's what we're going to work with. I went down to the mountain stream. I found out I knew everything. Okay, so I just made that up off the top of my head, so I know that that was not very inspired and not an amazing take, but that's going to do the trick. And so what we're going to do is set up a quick little loop region here, and let's go ahead and get that kind of cleaned up. Okay. And let's go ahead, let's listen to that. I went down to the mountain stream. I found out I knew everything. Okay, not amazing, not terrible, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be using the formant effect, and the formant effect that I'm going to be putting on here today is in the slate bundle, and this is called meta pitch. And when I put that on here, you're going to see that it opens up this interface. And I've got a couple options here. I've got pitch, and I can switch that by semitones, but I'm not trying to affect the pitch of my voice here. I just want it to sound different. Now, I'm going to achieve that by using this formant knob down here. Now, formant in audio is a frequency response that it gives a sound its timbre or tonality. So imagine a vocal that, sounds like, and that sounds kind of high pitched, kind of timid, kind of small. But if I change that to a little bit different vowel sound and open up my mouth a little more, I know that looks really weird, but that gives it a little bit more oomph, a little bit more fullness, and that's kind of the gist of what we're dealing with here. So rather than me singing that and trying to explain it, let me just show you here by playing it and messing with that formant knob. I went down to the mountain stream. You can hear that already. I found out I knew everything. Gosh, that gives that so much more soul. I already don't like my own voice, but if I can drop it, 2.5 semitones in my formant, that makes it sound a lot better. So now I can also go up down to the mountain stream. Now, typically when I'm doing this, I don't want to make drastic changes. Listen to this. I found out I knew everything. Starts to sound a little bit weird. You start to have some digital artifacts in there, but maybe then again, that could be an effect that you're going for. Typically, when I'm trying to adjust my vocals to give them a little bit more earthiness to them, I will just drop my formant by a couple semitones. So I went down. Not bad. Let's do one more thing here really quick, or a couple more things. What I want to do is I want to create an effects channel. I'm going to go ahead and put a reverb on there. Let's put a pure plate universal audio reverb on. And this has to do, I'm just going to do a quick effects bus here. If you're not familiar with using the effects buses inside of Fender Studio Pro, I do have a video on that, so go check that out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that here. I'm going to rename this verb. I'm going to send that over there. Now let's listen to it. I went down to the mountain stream. So you can hear that that gives that a lot more soulfulness. You know, maybe you need this on a song, maybe you don't, but it is fun to mess with. So one other thing that I do want to show on here that I like to do is put on this Waves Abbey Road ADT, real ADT. And you're going to see that this gives kind of a doubling effect. This is a plugin that's based on a piece of equipment that was in Abbey Road Studio that the Beatles used a lot. John Lennon used this a lot on a lot of his albums. It gives kind of a doubling effect. And when I use the Formant knob or the Formant effect, I like to kind of use this in tandem with it because it gives it a lot more flavor. It just kind of fleshes the whole thing out. And let me show you what I mean. I went down. I'm going to control the amount of this with this right knob or the right fader. I found out I knew everything. Let's bypass that. I went down to the mountain stream. I found out I knew everything. Okay, so like said, this is a short video here, but if you're looking to give your vocals a little bit more richness, make them a little bit lower, make them a little bit higher, you know, give them just a slightly different flavor from what your normal voice is, using the Formant effect is a perfect tool to create that. So, you know, this is something that you can find in a lot of different plugins. I'm using the Slate Meta Pitch. I also used to use Reason's Neptune pitch adjuster and Formant adjuster inside of Reason. That's another really good one. Lots of options with that are fun to mess with. But in your DAW that you're using or whatever effects programs you're using, look for Formant. That's what you want. And just with some subtle adjustments, you're going to get something that's going to give your vocals a killer sound. So I hope this really helps. I hope this is something that you can have fun with, mess with, incorporate this into your productions. And yeah, helps bring your creative process to life and maybe add a little bit more spice to your songs. So yeah, if you like this and you found this interesting, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel. I am just kind of getting this channel started still, so anything helps. Let me know what you'd like to see, and until next time, thanks again.